Hello, dear hearts. We are entertaining this connection in a different light, for this one wishes to connect, and the people around her wish for her to connect. And therefore, we shall support this undertaking, which is worthy of consideration through and by all of us. Us is an introduction to our presence, perhaps, that of light, wisdom, and a deep understanding of what it is for you to be human in a carbon-based body, and for us who are non-human, we are a work of, you may say, art. All art, in some sense, works with light. And each one of you, dear hearts, is a work of art. And you are all in process. You are all en route. You find yourselves within this matrix of space and time, this crucible, if you will, this place of double bubble, toil, and trouble. The spirits speak, and we are here to alleviate any stress that any of you, male, female, spectrum manifestations, colors, cultures, religions, inculcations of consciousness may experience. For as you know, in some space within your being, that you can remember, we and you are all one. This connectivity of all one, one for all for one. This was born of an expression in Trinity. This one has seen the Three Musketeers. This is a manifestation, if you will, of an idea. Three swords acting as one. The unity of one. The plurality of presences. This dynamic of one and many is something which you are experiencing now. There is much change on your planet. We understand. The buffer, the buffeting requires a buffer. The turmoil, the turbulence is very real. Nonetheless, your perceptions of the real, this is your superpower. This is the way in which you work with, we often call this with her, the plasticity of reality. The medium. You are part and parcel of this medium. It flows through you, and you flow through it. Your consciousness of this flow, your awareness of being, and, lest we say, doing. We encourage you to lean on being, for the being informs the doing. It has often been the other way around. We understand from this one, the doing was all that merited attention. Simply being was criticized. Simply being was a subject of ridicule. For simply being was perceived as a refusal to participate, when in actuality, the being is a deeper level of doing. But the doing is not perceptible at the level others can perceive. We are hoping this makes sense. This may be something which you may need to hear a few times for the reverberations of our speech acts to settle through layers and layers of acculturation, layers and layers of anticipation, layers and layers of discrimination in which A and B are deemed not only different, but one or the other is better or worse. We prefer the term discernment. Discernment. You are entering an age, an era where discernment is key. We would like you to replace discriminate with discern. Discernment. To discern is to make apparent, to parent yourselves in discernment. Make your decisions. Consider the world such as you find yourselves, and work to discern what works for you to enable your evolution. We have talked about this with this one. Evolution, which has been the process, and evolition. This is an invitation we offer. We invite you to choose to use your desires, to understand your desires, your needs for fulfillment, and how those desires manifest on the physical plane. For your desires for fulfillment will engender that which you encounter. This is perhaps enough for now. We do not wish to overload the senses. This may be a time for you now to reflect, perhaps replay this recording, and give yourself plenty of space and time, dear ones. Open the space and the time so that you can begin to absorb this invitation toward a new, perhaps the same, perhaps a little bit different, but not much, perhaps a deepening, perhaps a reorientation onto world which can naturally enable you to proceed with joy, engagement, optimism in the face of turmoil, in the face of worry, in the face of trepidation. We offer this with love. Bye for now.